Good morning. Good morning. I wasn't quite ready to go live yet, but it seems as though I pushed the wrong button. And now here we are. Here we are. I will never get used to this whole going live thing. Oh, man. So, I'll tell you what. Kind of just, chilling. Waiting for people to come in. And I know that I am running late this morning. It just do be like that sometimes, you know? It just do be like that. Oh, man. So, we are making this map here for this Asian style homestead. And let's see. Yeah, that's not rendering quite at the level of detail that I want it to. But so far, it's not looking too bad. Man. So how's everybody doing today? Getting your Saturday start off right. A nice cup of coffee, some breakfast maybe. Bagels, you did not get the notification an hour later. I just went live. I just now went live. I am an hour late. And I know that might throw some wrenches into some schedules and stuff like that, and I don't mean to do that. But your boy need to get him some sleep. This week's been interesting for many, many reasons. Here, let me supposed to have this going by the time I went live, and let's see, where are we at? No, honestly, I don't know. I don't know where. I don't even remember when daylight savings time starts. I want to say it's like November or October. I can't remember. I just wish they'd get rid of it, man. Did something happen? Did something happen? Let me tell you a little story. I will tell you guys a little story. How's the volume on that, by the way? Can you guys hear it? Yeah, you guys can hear that, right? Yeah. Might turn it down just a tad. So on Wednesday, my work had its 50th anniversary of my location, the one that I work at. And all the big wigs were coming down. There was a ribbon cutting with the Chamber of Commerce, and a bunch of old customers that had been around for a long time came down and made their appearances and stuff like that. And my boss was there. My boss's boss was there. My boss's boss's boss was there, as well as some people who were adjacent to her. And you know, my sales manager, regional sales manager, who's kind of like, I don't want to say he's like taking me under his wing or anything like that, or he's a mentor or anything like that, but he pays particular attention to me when he comes down. And basically he came up to me and he's like, look, you know, a lot of people are going to be here. He's like, you can wear a tie and you can have your pin on and you can have everything looking, you can be dressed to the nines and everything. He's like, but the main thing that that impresses people, that they notice, the main thing they notice is how you interact with people. You go up, you shake their hand, you introduce yourself, just how you carry yourself and everything. And so by the end of the day, he'd come back over to me and he said, he's like, hey, I want you to know that you were noticed. I said, really? He's like, yep. He's like, so I put in a good word for you. So my boss's boss's boss was impressed by the way I handle myself, I suppose. Is it a little loud still? Here, how's that? What is this nonsense? Hello, Nozaku. This is supposed to be a map making stream. We'll see how much of that actually gets done. Because I've got a lot of stuff I need to do today, and I was sleeping. I slept late today because, you know, forgive me. I needed it. Your boy needed it. I've not slept well the last couple of days. And, you know, I don't necessarily need to get off into, you know, what happened this week. Unless you guys are looking to hear my opinion about it or wanting to talk about it. Because I know this is basically, I mean, this is a map making stream. This isn't a news stream. It's not an opinion stream necessarily, even though I give it probably more often than a lot of people would like. But I just want to let you all know that, yeah, I did have some good things happen to me this week. I don't know if or where they're going to lead, but we will see. So how's everybody else doing? You know, it's weird. It's like I had thought about, you know, by the time I woke up this morning, I had thought about just saying, nah, you know what, we'll call the map making stream a wash. It's because I'm not necessarily in the, you know, the mental frame to really do a whole lot of creative things. So I don't know how much I'll actually get done, if anything. Must use his special skills to impress his boss's boss. Sounds just like those movies Sevi likes to watch. Yeah. Sevi likes those movies, huh? Color me surprised. Ooh. I think it basically... So I'm going to have to reduce this unless I make it like a big set of double doors or something. Which is fine, I don't mind doing that. Get that colored in because that's bugging me. That is bugging me. Alright. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I really want... That doesn't even come anywhere near. Hey there, Freddy. What's going on? Here, we're gonna put... Oh my gosh. I will say, I know I said it last time, but putting this house at such an angle has proven a challenge. I really wish that what would be really cool is if they had a way on here to make these maps VTT ready. Like if you could encapsulate all of the code into a single file and it could be ready to import into a VTT, that would save a lot of people a lot of work. It'd save me a lot of work for the maps that I end up using. But that would be a little bit difficult because Fantasy Grounds has got different code than Foundry and Roll20 and, you know. In fact, I don't even know. Fantasy Grounds is so difficult to use, man. Yeah, Freddy, it has. But I mean, to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of people, even across the pond, who've been affected by it. What's up, Huck? How's it going, brother? Buddy Huck here is making a video game. And I don't know if you want me to tell anybody what it's about, but it's a really cool idea. I like it a lot. It's not something that I would have thought to make a game about, but it's very cool. It's a family tradition. The whole family watches. Oh, you you got better things to do with your family than watch me do this. No, I ain't sick. I'm just tired, honestly. Yeah, so old Huck here is making a video game. A video game. I'm trying to summon my Missouri accent for Thursday's game. Because I want to get it right. Because whenever I do it on stream, I tend to what's the word I'm looking for? I tend to oversell it. I go a little bit too hard, you know, that kind of thing. I want to get it just right. The way I talk to my more my more country customers. No, Huck here, he's got himself a video game. And I believe it's Night Watchman of Rome is what you're calling it. Play a fireman in Rome as Rome burns, which I thought was like a really, really interesting idea. So you're wandering around Rome, ancient Rome, putting out fires. Very fun. And I think there could be a cool and interesting multiplayer aspect to that. Yeah, it's not always family friendly, Freddy. Ooh, if I could speak. It's not always family friendly. But if I'm not around certain people, my language tends to soften a little bit. I don't quite use as much profanity. There's a customer at work, one of my favorite customers. He comes in, and the way he speaks is so much, it's so comforting, because he'll come through the drive-thru, or he'll come inside, and he's like, yeah, let me get $400 in 50s. I'm like, yes sir, yes sir. I do need to fix this though, because this is gonna bug me having this just sitting open. So we're gonna bring this in, and I think that matches, right? What is that? 15 degrees? Oh no, it's 105 maybe? Yes, sir. Hexes indeed. Hexes indeed. I'm wondering if maybe I need to... You know what I need to do? I want to redo this. I'm going to get rid of this here... do that, and I'm going to select it again and go from what I know is the middle, and then hopefully it's still a little much, but that's all right. At least we know where the middle's at. Although now I'm thinking, Yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit better. Just let the width of the wall be consistent with the width of the door. Or not the width, the thickness. Morning, Velrock. How's it going, brother? Moss is not in the mood for my humor this morning. Well, you know, fantastic. There's only so many times you can hear the same joke and giggle. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. You know what's wild? And I'm trying to think of why. Maybe it's the hexes. I don't know. This is still like, I think it's the hexes that are kind of throwing me off, because it's like I fought with this last time. Yes, what will be. I'm gonna tell you something. I got a few things to do today, but trust me when I tell you, I will be spreading democracy today. Managed democracy. For at least a little bit. I gotta go get some supplies for later on this evening, but the bugs have got it coming. I'll tell you. I might even do some Illuminate. Yeah, man. No, fantastic. I get ya. I get ya. It's been I genuinely, like, when everything went down, and again, I don't want to, well, I do want to get off on it, but this isn't a therapy session. But I will just say this, that it felt weird. Like, I didn't really know what it felt like, but I'll tell you this much. I was talking to my dad about it, and he's like, I've never been so upset about somebody dying that wasn't a family member. And it was weird because I can't think, and I think I kind of nailed it down as to why. I can't think of a single person in existence, myself included, obviously, that was so free of any guilty charge. And I'm not saying he was perfect, but I can't think of a single person that came as close to guiltless, at least in the public eye, as an adult, as him. And I think that's why it felt so weird. That's a portion of why it felt so weird when it happened. There's a lot of people, if it happens to somebody, you're just like, oh, well, you know, you not that it's ever justified, but you get it. You know, you understand, kind of. This one, you understand it, why people didn't like him, but you don't understand why people want somebody like that gone. Yeah, and you know, he like, I agreed with a lot of what he said. But, you know, and that helps with a little bit of the bias that I have towards him. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I am genuinely of the impression that there is, you know, if you weren't convinced that there was evil in the world, in a literal sense, evil, proper noun, now you should be. Not just with what happened, but with the reaction afterward. I do miss the times when broad discussions were a thing, no BS, setting the mood, having a good time. I mean, we can talk about bras and stuff. I don't have any problem with that. But this could be like a therapy session. A therapy session is like a bra in certain ways, especially if it's like marriage counseling, because it's ideally, in the best situations, it's supportive of both, you know. But I'll be here all week. I'm trying to decide if this is all going to be one big room. Yeah, Fantastic was good about it. He was checking in with everybody and stuff. And I checked in on a couple of people myself. You know, because I've got other friends IRL who don't necessarily agree with everything he says, with everything that Kirk said. But even still, like, afterwards, we're like in a group chat. We're all like in a group chat and stuff, and everybody just felt weird about it. It wasn't, I don't know. It wasn't normal. Everybody just felt weird about it. So we all like went out and got drinks and stuff like that and talked about it. You listened to a good tabletop music playlist a few weeks ago while working. So calming and amazing. You're going to have to let me know where you found it and if there were ads. Because that's the one thing whenever I'm running this. Ads are my biggest... I'm constantly fighting ads. Psychosis, what's going on, brother? Sound Crate. No, I haven't looked at that. Is that just a bunch of downloadable MP3s for sound effects and music and stuff? Oh, man, I can't decide. Not much, man. Well, hey, you know what? That's a blessing in itself. You don't have a whole lot going on. Oh, yeah, Tabletop Audio. Yeah, I absolutely love that site. Your comment got deleted. That's weird. Was it too long or something? I don't even know. You can download 5 items a day with free account. Yeah, tabletop audio is where I got all of the music. Not all of the sound effects. I had to go somewhere else for all of the, like, the individual sound effects for the swords and stuff like that. Yeah, Tabletop Audio has, and that's where the music that's going on in the background right now came from. I actually got in touch with the guy, and I was like, hey, you know, I know I'm a patron and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make sure it was cool that I put your stuff in the background of my YouTube videos and played in the background of streams and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, man, just a shout out would be cool. So I was like, yeah, man, of course. Free stuff and paid stuff. You can download five items a day with a free account. I will look into that because for the next one, I'm going to need a very different set of soundscapes. And what I would really like to do is figure out I need to figure out the rules on fair use, because there's some actual like songs that I wouldn't mind using. Oh, Intelly Mill people here. There's a lot of Intelly Mill people everywhere, man. That's the weird part about it. But it's like I was saying before. At this point, I don't know the difference between Intelly Mill. I love that you wrote that, by the way. I love that you wrote it. It makes me smile a little bit, given the context. I don't know the difference between the mentally ill people and just pure, unabashed evil. And I mean that literally. The people who would have sided with Sauron himself. And not even like Sauron being, you know, like his old, you know, manipulative self. I need to go back and, dagnabbit, you know what I just realized? That there's all these gaps in these walls now. I wonder if I can just put like posts up or something. Put like corner pieces. Living near Portland, they are one and the same. Yeah. It's a lot of it. The Tavern, Provo, and Orem is a hot spot for the tabletop crowd, and you know how they could be. Yeah. Yep. For sure. I think, you know, I used to, and I've said this a couple times before, I used to absolutely love Critical Role. A lot of the reason because, like, you know, when they first started coming around, I was new into the whole tabletop space, kinda. But they are probably not solely responsible for, but had a large part in fomenting a certain attitude and crowd around the tabletop space that sort of, I don't know, polluted it. Because the whole, in my opinion, the whole acceptance crowd isn't very accepting at all. a chimney. What do you call those things that they put on the corners of walls? Yeah, bonded with your cousin that you were living with at the time over Critical Role, but always be appreciative of them. They definitely got problems nowadays. Yeah, well, that's what I said. Like their first campaign, I absolutely loved it. The second campaign was all right. And look, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and to your point, Psychosis. No, they're not, and never really were. I'm not even sitting here saying that either, like, if we're gonna bifurcate it into two separate sides, you know, the people who are I don't even want to, it's not a left versus right thing. I mean, it is, but it's not. They just kind of happen to, that's kind of a coincidence in my opinion. But the fact of the matter is that nobody is accepting of everybody, because there are always lifestyles that cannot coexist for one reason or another. You know? I missed something. I think did I miss a message up here that I respond to? Maybe not. Yeah, the politics leaked into the storytelling and I was gone. Yeah. Yes, Vijay. Yes, welcome in. Bless us in our actions today, indeed. Yeah, everyone does have a bias. Is there like a post or something that I can put there? I don't want to have to... Oh, man, I could have swore I updated. Nope, no posts. I think pillars are probably going to be too much. Be too big. Yeah, I never watched Critical Role and never plan on it. Yeah, I mean, it's not really worth it at this point. Like, not in my opinion. There's a couple of channels that are worth watching. This one included. Can I pause the show while you take your morning constitution? You, my friend, have the right to take your constitution as outlined in the Constitution. Short answer is no. Long answer is also no. Man, there's columns, pillars. So what I'm looking, maybe I can, even if I just extend it. That's the thing. Like, I can try to, so if I just go ahead and select this, go back to the pin. Oh, wait, hold on. And then just increase it. Yeah, if I increase it like that. Yeah, what I need is, dang it, I need like a pillar or a corner stone. The Turd Amendment. Oh my god. But oh my god. It's too early for that. It's too early for it. But I love it and appreciate it. Either way. This week made you consider starting streaming? Just add another voice to the echo chamber they claim we are. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing stopping you, brother. What if I do this? What's up, Biggles? These are ship components. I have met you. Have I played or DM'd in the form... Oh, an NPC in the form of a cat. What do you think Calvino is on Mondays? Calvino's a cat. But no, I have not. Like, long term, no, I have not. I can't say that I'm well read or can spell. I can't either. I genuinely, I don't read very much at all. I have to be contemplating the phenomenon of cringe recently and the woke using it in social media. The feeling of cringe is the tension between not embarrassing someone, taking face. You mean saving face? And losing face. Oh, taking face and losing face by letting nonsense go on too long. The woke pretend they speak truth to power, but never in person or alone. They use the concept of cringe as the pretense that they would say something, but in reality are cowards. So they fester until they feel safe in a group or snap with extreme actions. Yeah. I think, you know, honestly though, I don't know if anyone is immune to that. I think people in general do that. It's just that they tend to, and I'll be honest with you, I hate the word woke. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't think it's descriptive, and I think it's thrown around too much. Not that I don't think it's appropriate for what you're trying to say. I 100% understand it. I'm just, I don't know, that it's really a non sequitur that I said that. But yeah, I don't really think there's anybody who's immune to doing that. But it seems as though the woke as a group of people are more, it's not predestined, it's why can't I think of the word? Or more apt to do that, more likely to do that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Here, let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna rotate this to 50 degrees. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But I 100% agree. People who lack the cowardice that you're talking about, people who oh, in my opinion, there's a couple of types of people who are very loud. It's like Chihuahuas and German Shepherds, right? Chihuahuas are loud because they are capable of very little, while German Shepherds, they can be loud, but they're not necessarily known for being loud because they know what they are capable of. And men who are capable of a lot and choose to do nothing with it, those are, and by capable of a lot, I mean in the negative sense. I consider those to be good men. Yeah, good question, Biggles. Who watched the first episode of the Goblin Slayer video on here? I am very happy with that show. I really enjoy playing that. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I'm really trying to decide. I can't. I can't decide if I want to do. If I want to separate this out or not. I kind of want this, like, I don't want to make too many rooms or anything, but oh, that was not, this is not the wall I'm looking for. Red Sox. No, now you guys are talking about sports ball, and I can't. Sports ball is not my forte. As far as sports, I like this. I like the sports where people beat the crap out of each other. I like that. And I like it when my local teams go and do great things. But honestly, like. I just it's just I don't know. Like I don't have anything against sports. I really don't. But it happens so often and there's so many games and I'm like it's too much. It's like Naruto, man. Like Naruto, people go all out about Naruto and I'm just like there's too much. There is far too much. Yeah, the character creation for Avenue Studios is members only. I am very excited about that one. One, because I've not had Dan as a GM yet. Two, because it is a new system. It is using the Daggerheart system, which is very interesting in its construction and how the game actually kind of flows. But I'm very excited about that one. And plus, like, everybody on that stream is, like, it's such a nice person. They're so kind. I don't have enough positive things to say about them. You know, the difference being is that they are all... everybody who is taking part in that show is... Like, I'm the only unmarried one on there. Everybody else is married with kids. And so, like, you know, not that that really matters, but it kind of, it, it changes your personality. It changes your priorities whenever you have kids. And I know those of you in the chat who have kids would attest to that. It kind of changes, it changes your, I don't even know if it really changes your physiology, but it kind of, I would almost say it kind of does. Changes your brain chemistry. And I think, you know, unless you're the type of person that is much more, you know, much more preoccupied with the self, then I think in general making you a parent makes you a better person. Dan is fun to troll, dude. So one thing that he said during the character creation stream, I don't think he would mind me saying this. So during the show, dogs count, sure, yeah. I don't know what I would do without my dogs. I didn't have dogs for a few years, but I had roommates most of that time. And honestly, you know, having somebody home that is genuinely happy to see you when you walk through the door is like you can't beat that, even if it is just a dog. You know, I love my dogs. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, one thing that he said, and I'll make a prerequisite with this. There was something going on in one of the previous campaigns where if they got I think it was if they got enough donations or something, then Jacob would trim. He would get a circle beard, which if you don't know what that is, you should look that up. But this one, what Dan has decided to do and what everybody has decided to put Dan through. Oh, excuse me. What Dan has decided to do is he has to watch Rings of Power and say nice things about it. He can't say negative things about it. He has to say nice things about it. And so that's his form of torture. Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with them being murder hobos necessarily. But I will tell you what it is. Everybody who's playing in that game, they're all like personal friends. They see each other a lot. I don't know about a lot, but they see each other often enough. And they've known each other for a long time. And the way that they interact, you can tell. And it feels like I have been invited to take part in that, which actually, believe it or not, means a lot. That is very humbling that someone would invite me personally in to be a part of that. We got some kids' rooms over here. I wonder how many kids they have. But we're just gonna make a couple here with these very, very tiny rooms. That was a little bigger than the rest of them, but that's all right. That's all right. They are good about chat interaction. I am I'm not great about chat interaction. 100% I will take full responsibility for not being the best about chat interaction. I mean, maybe, yeah. I know on Mondays I'm just too preoccupied with what's going on to really interact a whole lot with chat. I think some of these don't necessarily need doors, so I might just leave some of these open, like, you know, like if I were to just take, and that's kind of why I was like, I don't really even know if I want to have I don't really know if I even want to have walls in some of these, like, but it makes sense to kind of keep heat, you know what I mean? Keep heat in certain rooms. I've not played Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. I've not. I played Battlefront, but I've not played Galactic Battlegrounds. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else? Like, what else? Oh, man. Let me see. Like, what kind of stuff would an Eastern sitting room have in it? Just pillows kind of fashioned around a sort of a circle. Dude, Battlegrounds. Oh, Battlegrounds is the GOAT? Really? Okay, well, maybe I need to, is that an older game? Oh, it is an older game. First video game you watched your dad play. Interesting. See, I never watched my dad play video games. He was never super into video games. He would play a few with me. But yeah, he never really was big into video games. I used to watch my uncle play Doom, the original Doom, and Duke Nukem. I loved watching him play those games. And I didn't get to. We didn't go over there very much. But every time we went over there, I was like, "Oh, can you play Doom, or can you play? I want to watch you play the game." Ooh, a hookah. Good thinking. Good thinking. Yes. Do they have a hookah? No, they don't have a hookah. Smoking maybe. I could have swore I saw a hookah around here somewhere. Maybe it's in the sci-fi. No? Neverwinter. That's a good first game to watch people play, man. I am a gingerbread market stall? What? Do I need to make a North Pole map come wintertime? Come Christmas time? I'm thinking I'm going to have to. But that's the only one I see. That's the only Christmas building I see. There's other Christmas things, but there's stuff in here that I haven't seen before. Like, I don't recognize these. They might have added some new stuff in here. One of the GB campaigns, Galactic Battlegrounds campaigns, has the Liberation of Kashyyyk. Like to adapt it into an animation sometime. Dude, that would be awesome. Are you an animator, what will be? Oh no, my dad did play video games. My dad played, and I used to actually enjoy watching him do it. I didn't learn anything from him doing it because it was very, very technical. But he played, gosh, this is on Windows 98. It wasn't Burnout. Oh gosh, what was it? Let me see if I can find it. It was a drag racing game. Is it Hot Burnout? Yes! Hot Rod Burnout Championship Drag Racing. Oh my god, I'm being taken back. Wow. You ever get that feeling whenever you see something, it's just like you get that woozy like deja vu type feeling where you just like I don't even really know. No, it's Hot Rod Burnout is what he used to play. And it was incredibly technical because you could go in, you would basically build the engine. You would, tune like the compression, the tire pressure, the fuel to air ratio, all these different things. And he would spend, a good little while. He didn't spend hours on it or anything like that, but he would spend a good little while just like going through and like tuning his car and stuff like that, and then drag racing it. And it was I remember I tried to play it a couple times when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't get it. It's too much. Yeah, I don't know if they can make emulators that make it actually possible to play some of these games on current systems. Like, there's several games that I've been wanting to play here recently, like Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. I played that a lot when I was a teenager. Drag racing game. Oh yeah. Some of my favorite races in any of the Need for Speed games were the drag races. I love drag races. Just getting that, getting the shift timing right is so much fun. I like going to drag races. I haven't been to a drag race in a good long time. You have Third Age on your GameCube emulator? You and I might have to talk. Because I played that game on GameCube. I had the Prima strategy book, whatever. Or the game guide that I would just sit there and read. Man. Not that the game was ahead of its time or anything like that, and there was a lot of things in it that didn't necessarily make sense, but I had a lot of fun with it. Taken by the kitchen police, had to pay your, what do you say? Had to pay your tax to be delivered. Yeah. Oh. So, yes. Those were much simpler times, Huck. So Huck and I, when, shoot, I guess I might have been 16, 17, something like that, and lived out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods. And I can't remember what the situation was. I think my parents were away for the weekend or something like that, and we picked up Left 4 Dead and brought it home along with, like, it was I want to say that we got a big thing of gummy bears like we were apt to do. We got gummy bears all the time and ate them until we made ourselves sick. But we had so much fun playing Left 4 Dead co-op. That was so much freaking fun, dude. And it's not really much of a story, but I'm going down memory lane here. When we got The Last of Us, I wanted to play that for the longest time. And Huck's little brother had a PlayStation 3. I did not have a PlayStation 3. So we bought it. And we told him that, oh yeah, we'll let you play. And Huck and I, we took turns. Like, anytime we would die in that game, we'd hand the controller over to the next guy. It was just between the two of us. And we ended up, we took the game back to Walmart and got our money back for it. And his little brother was like, oh, I thought, wait, is it my turn to play yet? Like, no, man, sorry, we took it back. We don't have it anymore. I have yet to play Darktide. I've been wanting to play Darktide. Your tax was 2 sandwiches, a few boiled vegetables, a boiled oats, and a can of cornflakes. Or a bowl of cornflakes. Is that much? Wait, did you eat all that? That sounds like a good meal, honestly. Not a whole lot of it go together, but it's all good. Play that with your friend most of the time you're drunk while playing. Yeah. Are you talking about Left 4 Dead? Yeah, yeah. We don't have that anymore. Everybody sits on computers and plays with each other, which is fun, but you don't get that whole, you know, being in the room interaction with people. Which I love so much. You know what? I think what I want to do... Man, I just don't know. Like, cause it's so... There's a lot of symmetry in this house. I want to give it a little bit more character. There we go. Okay. So I don't know what this room's gonna be, but we'll figure something out to do with it. Let's see. Yes, times have changed. You know what's crazy though is that I feel like my ability to bullshit, and you guys know what I mean by my ability to bullshit, just like, you know, just kind of go off and feed off of somebody else who you're talking to and just make up these stupid situations and stuff like that. I feel like that's diminished as of late. I don't know. Which MLB team am I rooting for? Man. I mean, I'm not really a baseball guy. I'm not really a sports guy other than like UFC to be specific, but like if I'm going to root for anybody, it's going to be the Cardinals. And solely for no reason other than the fact that they are local to me. Not local, but, you know, they are my team, I guess, if I'm going to claim ownership to any team. It's like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are my team. And so if the Chiefs go out and do anything, then, you know, I'll be like, oh, cool, right on. You know, that kind of thing. And I know a lot of people hate the Chiefs. And you can't let your roleplay characters yada yada. Keep those muscles strong. Yeah. Who's my favorite in the UFC? Man, that's a tough question. I like Stipe. I like Stipe a lot. I used to like Adesanya. I liked Israel Adesanya a lot because I really liked his style. But ever since, let's see, what was that fight? He didn't really last very long as champion in the UFC. Like, he was another one that kind of got his style. They kind of figured out his style in a way. It was kind of like how when UFC first came around, Chuck Liddell was unstoppable. And then people figured out how he fought. And then everybody, like, he just didn't stand a chance anymore. Who else? I'm trying to think. Like, I like Cannoneer. He's pretty good. Cannoneer is pretty good. And forgive me, I don't remember all of their first names. A lot of the guys who I really, really liked are retired though from the UFC. Careers don't last very long in the UFC. I love, oh God, why can't I think of his name? Derek Lewis. I love Derek Lewis. He might be my favorite fighter of all time. Love that guy. Mm. Yeah, they have. Every industry has retired the fan favorites. That's kind of that's the sad truth of it all. George St. Pierre was one of my favorites for sure. For sure. Let's see. I think that table's a little bit too big now. Let's drop this down. Oh, that's why, because it is too big. Let's see. How big is this? 39. We're gonna keep this consistent. Oh, that's 19. Keep it 39. Keeping it 39. Oh, shut up, Huck. Good lord. Most famous name that you know is Conor McGregor, but only because he switched to boxing. You know he's running for president of Ireland. If that is it president, or is it? I'm not super familiar with politics in other countries. I don't know if it's prime minister or if it's president, but he's basically running to be the head honcho of Ireland. Which, considering everything that's going on over there, phew. Grand Leprechaun. Would there be a way to build this room of yours straight and then turn it sideways? You don't know if that would do anything to the workflow. Not really. I mean, here's the thing. You know, it might, honestly, just because of the way that I've already got the floors laid out. And so I think that it probably would be easier to maintain what I'm doing now. Let's see, I need pillows. Pillows! Look at all these futons! Let's see. Yes, a little teapot. Short and stout. Why is that so big? I want some different pillows. Let's see, what pillows? I got one green pillow there. I've got 6 red pillows here. Do I need different pillows? Let's do these blue pillows. That's fun. Boop. Stop with the randomness. Boop. 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 And then let's see, what layer are we on? Oh, we're on 0. Boop. 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 Don't mind me, just bringing it all up a layer. Boop. So I can put a rug underneath of it. Boop. Boop. Wait, if I just do this. Oh my goodness. Look at that. There we go. All right, so we want an oriental rug. Later, Biggles. I will see you on Wednesday. No. Thursday, I guess. Yeah, Gina counts. I didn't know, like, honestly though, like, I never watched a whole lot of her fights. Oh, you know what we're missing? How do they stay warm? Your fireplace. I can get that, Velrock. I get that. I personally, I think of, I'll tell you what I think of combat sports. It is, in my opinion, the most honest of sports. Why is that so small? Probably has to do with how cool it was in Star Wars already, but I never really got how Gina's character was so popular. I can objectively see how good she's been for the movement, but why her character took off before the canceling, I don't get. I'm gonna admit something to you guys. I've not once paid for Disney Plus, therefore, I have not seen The Mandalorian, except for Dachshund Racing. Dogs can't lie. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I really don't have an argument against that, nor would I even attempt it. That's a good point. I'm trying to find what would be a good fireplace for this. Thinking maybe just maybe just this one? Like, how many fireplaces did one house have? That's my question. And 15 degrees is not going to be where I need to be. So I'm just going to place this down. And we are going to rotate. Let's see. 40? Or is it 45? Do we need to be at 45? Yeah, we need to be at 45. There we go. You know what? I'm going to take all of this stuff and move it over here because I think I'm going to have to put a door. Let's see. So, sitting pillow, sitting pillow, sitting pillow, sitting pillow, sitting pillow, sitting pillow. Sacred cup, sacred cup, sacred cup, sacred cup, sacred cup, sacred cup, sacred teapot, rough red table, and green Eastern rug. Oh, y'all, I'm moving over here. There we go. We need this area. Alright, because I think there needs to be a door outside. A door that leads outside. For show. Disney Plus has terrible, repetitive ads. I mean, so does YouTube. The number of ads that I get for a local heating and cooling company, it makes me think that Karma's going to make my AC or my furnace go out. And I can't afford that right now. Oh my god, what I would do if my AC or furnace went out right now? I have no idea. For a while, Disney seemed to delineate showing ads for Hulu stuff. I don't know whether that is the case. We binged a bunch of stuff to show my grandfather and haven't been back since. Brave is wonderful. The movie? I was a fan of Brave. Brave was a good movie. If we're talking about the same thing. Oh, the browser. I've not used that one. I haven't made the switch from DuckDuckGo. Brave works well for most things. Okay. I've heard of a lot of people using that, but I haven't. Yeah, I just haven't made the switch. think I need to put doorposts or something here. YouTube ads are terrible. Man, YouTube will throw ads in the middle of a song. That's the thing. Like, I've watched live concerts and they'll strategically do it. They'll strategically do it because there are certain points in some songs where it's like it's like any story, you know, there's a build up, 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 and then there's the point where it drops and it's you know, that really satisfying part that comes in a song, and ad right there, and it makes me so incredibly mad. And I it's not that I think I know, I guarantee I know what it is. It's not like, you know, somebody's purposefully going in to the video and putting an ad where and putting an ad in that one spot. It's like, oh, well, there is a bunch of people rewinding to this place in the song, or the most rewatched part of this video is this part, so we're just going to put an ad here. Yeah, bot is detecting peak viewership. Yeah, exactly. It destroys the intended experience. If it has the tag of being a music video or a song or something like that, you need to... You can't do... All it does is make people mad. It ruins the entire experience. Oh, yeah. Unskippable ads during live streams. Yeah. And the thing that gets me is, like, so I go to sleep with the TV on. I have to have some sort of... Like, even... You know, I like to have something on in the background, even if it's just, like... You know, a documentary about space. I love documentaries about space to go to sleep to. Because, you know, it's kind of a dark screen, but there's enough motion on it to, I don't know, keep it a little bit busy. I don't know how else to say it, but there is this tendency for, in the middle of those documentaries, they have these bright white screens for the ads, and they are so loud. The volume difference is incredible. Like, they can't tune, and I understand that people kind of like the way that people record things, it's a little bit different, but the ads are so loud on YouTube. It's incredible. In certain live streams, an ad appears, whatever, in live chat or the video itself. Yeah. Archcast is spreading the word that YouTube... I haven't watched Archcast in a long time. Spreading the word that YouTube is rewarding streamers for aggressive ads. Reward the streamer for ticking off the audience. Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Like, you listen to audiobooks to go to sleep, and they do not have any ads. I might have to do that. The only problem is that you got to pay for audiobooks unless you have, like, Audible, but I don't have Audible. Like, I understand that people get mad at certain creators and stuff like that for doing, like, ad reads and things like that. Honestly, I don't blame them, and I would rather have them do an ad read than have constant ads during their videos. It just serves to... All it does is serve to make me incurably angry. It's not difficult to make me angry. It really isn't. It's not difficult. It might seem like I'm calm, cool, and collected, a stoic, if you will, following the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and the like. No. No. Yeah, you can download stuff. I'll download stuff sometimes, but... Listening to the Dune series, like there's 27 books in the Dune series? Huh. You guys want to know a fun fact? And I'm sure some of you know this because I might have said something about it. But Brandon Sanderson actually sent... Was it Brandon Sanderson who wrote the originals? No, Brandon Sanderson took it over. Frank Herbert. Frank Herbert sent copies of his original Dune manuscript to J.R.R. Tolkien and asked him what he thought. And Tolkien wrote back. Basically, he wrote back, I don't have anything nice to say, so I won't say anything at all. Not that I think that Tolkien was right about everything. I just thought that was a fun little tidbit. Let's see. Frank Herbert's son wrote an ending to his father's series and a bunch of prequels. Really? I've also heard that the Dune writer didn't treat his kids well. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of writers are eccentric in some form or fashion. So I can't really say that I am surprised. Here's a question. Would these people... well, okay. Google time. Google time. New window... How, oh good lord, shut up phone. How would, or no, where would where would people in feudal Japan go to the bathroom? Do they have buckets? Oh, they did have a chair. Wait, the squat toilet. Oh, okay, okay. Sanitation focused practicality rather than luxury. Homes had tatami mats and wooden floors, and the space was used carefully. Sitting toilets with complicated plumbing simply didn't exist. Squatting was a simple, efficient design that kept everything neat. Plus, the squat position helps align the body for easier elimination, something samurai who valued discipline and efficiency would have appreciated. Let's see. What did that... Somebody wrote an article about this. June 3rd, 2025. I'll read this. When we think of samurai, images of sharp katanas, stoic warriors, and elaborate armor usually come to mind. But have you ever stopped to wonder, how did samurai handle everyday needs like going to the bathroom? It might seem like a small question, but exploring it offers fascinating insights into traditional Japanese culture and the practical realities of sanitation in feudal Japan. let's dive in. Samurai using a method that's still common in parts of Japan, the Japanese squat toilet. Squat toilets. These toilets were simple holes or basins set in the floor. To use them, one squatted down in a position that might seem unusual if you're used to sitting on toilets, but was very natural within. That makes sense for, like, they have these things called, I'm sure you guys are familiar. I haven't seen an ad for it in a while, but the squatty potty. Apparently they got pretty big, but I guess it brings your knees a little bit closer to your chest. So, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. But you can still sit, but it brings your knees a little bit closer to the chest, so it kind of aligns everything differently. I don't know. It's weird. They used bidets. They didn't have bidets. Since you like Tolkien, I don't know if you'd get anything out of the channel Jess of the Shire. I actually do. I watch Jess of the Shire quite a bit, actually. And she talks about Dune, too. She's also a very big fan of Dune. She did make a comment about Tolkien at one point. What was she talking? What was she talking about? I can't remember what the video was about. Was it about oh gosh, it was a recent one. But she'd made a comment about Tolkien's politics, and she didn't say that she didn't agree with Tolkien's politics. She said that Tolkien's politics were bad. And that kind of, I was like, hold on a minute. Okay. Because she said something about Tolkien's politics being bad, but he was a product of his time. And I'm like, and I hate that attitude. I hate that attitude because it is such a it has such an air of superiority about it. Like, I am smarter than you type attitude. We as a society are smarter than you. Well, here's the thing. Who's just like, what makes us as a society smarter than they used to be? Turns out people are actually probably dumber now than they used to be. We just know more things. We know more things, but that has nothing to do with philosophy or politics. Turns out, like, as it comes to politics and law, wisdom, I think, is more important than knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, knowledge certainly has a place for it, but yeah, sounds retarded. Yeah, I agree. Tolkien was a good Catholic man, and he instilled that in his writings. And if anybody reads anything that he, or even C.S. Lewis wrote, like, C.S. Lewis was incredibly wise. And I don't know about the other members of the Inklings, but both Tolkien and C.S. Lewis were incredibly wise, prolific thinkers in their own right. Most college graduates are dumb as shit. Yeah. I've smelled on her she likes him, but reservedly. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. She told some things I didn't know yet. I know some stuff about mythology that she has misconceptions on. Yeah. Both C.S. Lewis and Mark Twain took God to space. I had no idea until I found their books. What do you mean by that? Took God to space? Oh, allowed his creation to exist. C.S. Lewis has our solar system populated with other creatures. Mark Twain had a man meet aliens in heaven. Ah, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Mark Twain wrote about that. That's wild. That's like the thing that, you know, I don't necessarily understand, in that people think that it's so restrictive as far as, like, you know, the Bible and stuff like that. It's not necessarily restrictive in that sense. He got to heaven the wrong way because his spirit was allowed to fly through space under his own power. That's wild, and weird. Wouldn't aliens be more proof of God? Man, that's such a... And I'm not a biblical scholar, so clearly, so I don't know. I don't necessarily know. There's arguments that can be made both for and against that. One could also say that aliens could also be proof of, like the idea of evolution and protein synthesis, and out of the primordial soup. But yeah, it kind of depends on what you on what the definition of the image of God is. You know what I mean? Because obviously the Bible says, like, you know, God created man in his own image. Now, I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that he wouldn't have created other things in his own image. And it also doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't create things not in his image. I don't know. That's such a weird, like... That's such a weird thought experiment. Like, that's like what I was saying with C.S. Lewis. It's like he was a lot better at articulating a lot of these things. Like, if you listen to Mere Christianity, he is pontificating on a lot of these questions. From the perspective of kind of the layman, even though he's, like, if you listen to it, C.S. Lewis is a lot smarter than the layman. Maybe his image is bipedal with 2 arms and 2 legs, or, I mean, you could also make the argument that in God's image was, the image of the Spirit, or something along those lines. I don't know. I don't know what it means, necessarily. Tolkien was among what literary historians called the lost generation of writers. Most served in World War I and became cynical and atheists, but Tolkien and C.S. Lewis came out writing spiritual fantasy books. Yeah. And you know what's wild is that I can see why people who served in World War I would come out of that being cynical and atheist. Like, why would there be a God that allows things like this to happen? And that, I feel like, in my opinion, I think that that's, I think that that is kind of a lazy way to look at it. Because... see if I can get my thoughts all in order. I'm definitely not a thinker, guys. I'm just talking. It's a lazy way to look at it, because if you look at the way that specifically Christianity looks at the nature of man, it does. I mean, obviously, free will is a thing. God is not necessarily a tyrant. God gives you free will to do what you will with it. And as such, men are capable of great acts of evil. Men and women are capable of great acts of evil. And so to think that to think that there would be or to wish that there was a God that would put a stop to all that is to wish for God to be a tyrant. And like I said, in my opinion, God is not a tyrant. God is if we're to go by biblical teaching, God gives you what you deserve. And if you have a belief in the afterlife, in the Christian sense, then God, if you form a relationship with him and become want to spend your life in this world with him, then he wants you to be, then basically he lets you be with him in his house, so to speak, in his kingdom, when you die. If you don't want anything to do with him in life, then hell itself is the complete separation from God. It's not necessarily fire and brimstone. It's not necessarily, vast plains of lava and torment. It is God's absence. That is the best way that I can, and that's the best way that I could articulate it. And I think that, that's not an original thought from me. I've heard people, talk about this kind of thing, and it's, the idea behind it has fascinated me. And I think it's definitely it's a more compelling argument than to the question as to why, if God loves us so much, why would he send us to eternal torment in hell? It's like, no, he's not sending you to eternal torment in hell. He is giving you what you wanted in life, which is separation from him. And as it is such, so also as it is unto you. Yeah, exactly. On the point of God not being a tyrant, this whole existence is a drama where the end of it, God says, see what happens? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, some might make the argument that leaving man to his own devices was a mistake, because man can strive to create and everything. That's what okay, I'm gonna bring it back to Tolkien for just a second, because man cannot create something out of nothing, but man always has the desire to create. And that was kind of the idea behind when Tolkien wrote about Melkor/Morgoth. That was what his main thing was. He wanted to create. He sought the flame imperishable, which is what allowed Eru Ilúvatar or Ilúvatar. It's what allowed him to create, was the flame imperishable. It allowed him to instill life in things. But Morgoth could not find it. And so he sought to take the things that were created and distort them into his own designs, which is what we as people do. We can create. Oh, now, here's the thing. We can take those and create and actually, you know what's funny is that we were just talking about Jess of the Shire. She actually has a video on this, which I think is actually pretty poignant. But we, depending on what the goal is of our creation, using things which are already created, we can take things in an effort to magnify that which, the beauty of that which is already created, and create something beautiful out of that. But it all kind of has to do with the intention behind the works. On the point of God not being a tyrant. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Exactly, Moss. As hard as it sounds, we get what we deserve. Yeah, exactly. There's a parable of a scientist who said, I'll make life from this dead dirt, and God says, get your own dirt. I like that. That's good. Well, that's kind of just kind of what I'm saying. You know, man can't really create things out of nothing, regardless of, you know, we try to. Man always needs ingredients. He always needs at the very least, he always needs the primordial soup, the building blocks for it. It's like, I wouldn't be able to make this map, which I haven't really gotten much of anything done. But I wouldn't be able to make this map unless there was, unless they already had all the assets lined out. If they had everything already put together for me to construct it in an image that is pleasing to me. Roll back the comments to the man who arrived at the gate. Oh. When the man got to the gate and he was trying to get the clerk to figure out where he should be, he said, I'm from the world the master saved. And the clerk told him, you're going to have to be more specific than that. Interesting. That's wild. See, I like that kind of stuff because there's a lot to think about there. I really like that a lot. Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't been building as much map as I have just been kind of talking. I don't know. I haven't really gotten to talk that much this week, you know? I don't feel like I've talked a lot. And you guys make it easy to just kind of go. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. You prefer the talking? Yeah, the map making is just kind of a side thing. We are here to listen, bro. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Because, you know, it's weird. It's like a lot of people, myself included. Wow, why is that table so big? That's huge. I need a side table. A lot of people don't really think, myself included, that there is really, that they really have much to say about anything that's of any value. And, you know, that's not necessarily true all the time. That's true. If you're good at anything, fantastic. It's you're good at roasting. I'll give you that. And you're gonna get plenty of opportunity to roast me later on tonight, because I'll be on the fundraiser stream with Nomi, Sevi, and Smoo. And that will be interesting. I'm not sure how well I'm going to handle that. So we'll see. My voice is so soothing. You would listen to a good talk and of me and fall asleep. That's peace. Thanks, Freddie. I had somebody come up to me at work, and it was through the drive-through window. Just in case you guys don't know, I'm basically a teller at a bank, but I also do like all kinds of other stuff. So I'm not only a teller. I don't know. Anyway, but through the drive-through window, she said, "You have a good voice." She's like, "You should do radio." I was like, "Oh, wow. If you only knew." And we've had the same song going on the whole time. But this is actually a pretty good track. This is a good track. I like it. No, I didn't get her number. She was much older. There's a couple that come through that I wouldn't mind getting their number, but nah, that's not very professional, you know? Not very professional. Yeah, I hear you, man. Can't make enough money to go to MegaCon the week before the main con. I get it. MegaCon has just kind of become a it's not a tradition, considering we've only done it for 2 years, but older, yes, it does. Older does mean more money usually. But I tell you what, here, speaking of older, I'm losing bladder function, so I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Trust me, guys, you can't handle the truth. You would leave shifts with just random girls' phone numbers left on the table? I'm jealous. I should have been a server. I am a magnet for MILFs. That I am. I did get to your point. What will be? I did get a comment at the gas station earlier because I went during my lunch break. And I was just wearing, you know, not even slacks. They weren't slacks. They were just like, they were like golf pants. I was wearing those in a polo, and they were like, she stopped. She's like, you know, you look really nice. I rode the high off of that compliment all day. That, Huck, is a that is a mystery left for the old ones. And I don't mean moms. I mean the great old ones. Later, what will be? Have a good lunch. I never get girls' numbers, but here's the thing. I never ask. So... You don't ask because you hate talking to people. I get it, man. I get it. Well, but JJ, you're a feline. Everybody likes felines. Yeah, you're bad at texting. You know what? I am. I have lost all patience for texting. I hate it. I hate texting. I absolutely hate it because too many times have I either witnessed things go wrong because people text, or have I experienced things going wrong or being misconstrued because of text. So, like, I hate texting. Not that I refuse to do it. I don't refuse to do it, but it's just I can't stand it. Now, see, I think we were talking about this, last week? Something like that? You're right. Looks don't necessarily matter as much with, oh my God. I say that, and as soon as I do, I get a text message. What? Hold on. No way. It's funny. My mom just texted me. And she's like, you and Charlie Kirk share a birthday. Turns out we do. I had no idea. Huh. That's interesting. I had no idea. That is until you mark your territory on their couch. Yeah, stop texting because you get too many messages with spam, political ads, or scammers. Yeah. No. Scammers and all that stuff, it's rampant. Absolutely rampant. It's crazy. We need rugs. Rugs. So we're gonna switch this around to 15 degrees. We're gonna stretch her out real nice. This is a samurai, so he's gonna have money, plenty of money for rugs. So all of his kids get rugs, except they're all the same rug, but they get rugs. We have the same birthday as Tim Allen, the Olsen twins, Chris Evans, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Interesting. Kyle Rittenhouse and Greta Thunberg were born on the same day. I had no idea. That's wild. Let's see. Oh, we need a basin. Do they have basins? Nope, no basins. Pitcher. What? Oh, a pitcher? Of course they have a pitcher. Why they don't label it a pitcher is beyond me. Bowl. You need a large bowl. Oh. Let me come up a layer. You don't celebrate your birthday and haven't since you were 18 years old. Yeah, I haven't celebrated. I haven't like celebrated my birthday since I was, I think 21. We went out and got drinks, and I had like a beer, maybe two. Surely they got what? All right. I don't understand how this works. Why are pitchers not labeled pitchers? Everyone is always busy on your birthday. You can't even get someone to go to dinner if you pay. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. A lot of people like a lot of friends have kids and stuff now. Get out of here, phone call. And so it's tough. You know, I'm the of my friend group that regularly sees each other, I'm the only single one. And so everybody kind of just coalesces around the couple that has kids. Not that I mind that. I love their kids. But that's just kind of how it works. Oh, here we go. It's a carafe. Okay, that's how they have it labeled. Or jugs, pots. Here's a vase. Oh. This jug. Make sure this handle is turned this way so that way we know that somebody carried that in. And then we're going to put just the tiniest bit of water. Let's see. Water. There we go. There's water in the bowl. Water for washing. No wonder it's 16. Why is it 16? 15. Switching it up. This one's very soothing. Married people are the worst. No, I like married people. Unless they fight all the time, then I don't like married people. But I just won't hang out with them. No, I didn't just hang up on my mom. She texted me. There was an 800 number that called me earlier, and they left me a voicemail. Oh, man. Oh, your boy needs some breakfast. Needs some breakfast. You know, believe it or not, I bought this house and it did not even come with a free continental breakfast. For shame. Should I be putting more tatami floor mats down instead of rugs? Because I'm looking at, like, I feel like the tatami mats should be, like, this is like the little dojo area. What? What? How dare you? Actually, yeah, no, I've gained about 10 pounds in the last couple of years. I'm letting myself go. I used to be under 150 pounds, which put me at about, at that time, at 150 pounds, I was about 14% body fat, which is just slightly above optimal for a male. And now I'm at like 20%. And it pains me every day. Well, my watch says I'm at about to, here, let's see. I don't know how accurate this watch is. I have Googled it, and it says it's about 95% of a DEXA scan. Which, a DEXA scan is about as accurate as you can get to see what your body composition is. Let's see. Heart rate monitor. Let's see what my composition is today. Oh, how do I get back to it? There's a way to find it. I can't remember how it is. Aha! I don't remember what, I haven't weighed myself today. So we're just gonna go off of, here, I'm just gonna go 160. Alright, so place middle fingers and ring fingers on the buttons. Touch your watch only. Don't raise your arms so your armpits are open. Stay still. I'm at 50%. Okay. Let's see. So, according to this, let's see. Body fat, 20%. God, I am getting fat. Let's see. Skeletal muscle, 70.2 pounds. Fat mass, 32 pounds. Body water, 94 pounds. BMI, 26.6. Yeah, so your boy's getting fat. If only I was 5 feet tall. Nah, your boy's been thinking I need to really start hitting the gym again. I've been, at best, you know, I've been hitting it my best weeks are three times a week. Sometimes it's only twice a week, and that's not good. I need to go to the gym more often. But it's like, I've got Monday night, and Monday is basically I go to work and I come home and basically prepare for Call of Cthulhu that night. Tuesday night is pretty well. I mean, it's not free per se because we play the golf with your friends or whatever. Some weeks we didn't play this week. I think we played Helldivers this week. Wednesday, what do we got going on Wednesday? Oh yeah, we record Goblin Slayer on Wednesday. Thursday, we have been doing Divinity Original Sin 2 streams, which now I've got that. We're going to be starting up that Avenue Studios show here before too long. Friday is Strange Aeons, and I can usually fit the gym in beforehand because luckily there's enough time. And then Saturday I've got this, and then I've usually got that time for the gym during the day on Saturday. And there's also a bunch of stuff that I need to get done around the house because I don't have time to do it during the week. And then Sunday, which I've got time for it then. So I've got enough time to hit the gym more often. I just don't, man. I don't, because I'm so tired all the freaking time. The gym is finally opening across the street in October from you. You can make it a competition. Whoever loses the most weight wins, and it's totally not skewed at all because you're 60 pounds overweight and have more weight to lose. I don't feel like that's a fair fight, man. Like I could stand to lose. I could stand to lose 15 pounds for sure. Maybe 20. But that takes so much discipline that I just do not have. Like when I lost about 60 pounds. That was relatively easy. I say it was easy. Looking back on it, it was kind of easy because all I did, I just ate differently. A lot of pork chops, believe it or not, a lot of pork chops, and I went to the gym 3 times a week. It was scheduled 3 times per week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I did the same things. I did Monday, it was half an hour on the elliptical and then chest and back. Tuesday, Wednesday, half an hour on the elliptical, shoulders and arms. Friday, half an hour on the elliptical, legs. Better lose more than 20 if I want to win. I'm gonna have to start doing the whole Christian Bale machinist diet. A really good Netflix documentary about the Biggest Loser show. Interesting. I don't have Netflix, but I keep hearing about all these good things that are on Netflix nowadays. But I tell you what, at this point in time, I have got some things I need to get taken care of. First of all, I need to eat, what was breakfast now will end up being lunch. Secondly, I've got to prepare for the fundraising stream tonight. So I will leave you all with this. I know we didn't really get a whole lot done today, which kind of sucks, but, we'll get it done eventually. It won't take nearly as long as Mossy Rock. That was like 15 weeks. So this one, I don't know how much longer it's going to take, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. Sorry again for the tardiness this morning. I just really needed that extra sleep, but I appreciate you guys being here. Again, tonight, fundraising stream, that's going to be over on Nomi's channel. I will tweet out the, eat for the drinking stream for sure and hydrate. I will be over on Nomi's channel. I'll tweet the link out later on. Let's see. And then obviously Star Wars tonight. Monday, Call of Cthulhu. We're getting really close to the end of that, guys. And I think that man, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Don't forget to watch Goblin Slayer. That also comes out. I say it's Ash and Steel Tales from the Shalelands. That comes out on Monday afternoons, so do check that out because JJ's working very hard on that. And then I'm also working on another show. I kind of want to tell you a little bit about the other show that I'm working on. Do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know a little bit about the other show? You want to know a little bit about it? I'm not great at keeping secrets I'm not great at keeping secrets about things that I'm doing. I'm fine at keeping secrets about, other people. I'm a great confidant. But let's see. Real mayo, not Miracle Whip. Just so you guys know, I'm not going to eat a whole jar of mayo on the stream. Nomi and Sevi said that I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it just because they said that I'm going to do it. And I've told them as much, and I've said it on stream. I'm not going to do it. That's disgusting. It'll make me sick. I'll eat a little bit. Wow, fantastic. I appreciate your support. Don't care. Well, 40 Viking wants to know a little bit about it. So I'm going to spoil a little bit. And you guys can't go spreading this around. Because, well, really for no reason. But LA Beast. I'm not the LA Beast, Huck. I'm not the LA Beast. The LA Beast does food challenges. I don't do food challenges. Don't you know balls me? You guys are insane. You freaking masochist is what you guys are. You want to watch another person in misery. I wouldn't ask any of you to eat your least favorite food on stream. And especially an entire container of it. You guys are masochists, all of you. The LA Beast is a hero, which is why I let him do the heroic things. Fine, yeah, call me a chicken. Call me a chicken. I'm not going to eat the whole damn container of mayo on stream. I won't do it. I won't do it. And I will not be peer pressured into it. Now, if I say that not believing that we can get to the challenge, that we can get to the goal. Now, here's the thing. I will go to the store and I will get mayo today. Because I will eat mayo on stream, even though I hate it so much. I will eat it on stream. But I'm not going to eat the whole container. But I will tell... No, mayo cake. What? What are you talking... What? No, this is... What is this devilish... What is this new devilry? No. So I will tell you a little bit about... I guess it could be a small jar, but I'm not going to... I'm done talking about mayo. Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm going to be so sick tonight. Oh, my God. So, the new campaign that I'm working on. It is a... it's not a homebrew world. But it is a It is an original piece by me. The campaign is original. I am writing it as we speak. There is no module in existence that contains the adventure that they are about to go on. Oh my fucking god. Dude, I'm aware that mayo has eggs and oil. Same as just normal cake ingredients. Okay, sure, fine. Just normal cake ingredients. But there is no sugar, there is no flour, there is no chocolate, there is none of the other things. It's like it's like that episode of It's Always Sunny where it says, where was it? Charlie McDennis, they had to eat a cake? No, you have to eat the ingredients of a cake. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. You would eat the cake because together they are better than they are apart. Thank you, Biggles. Yes, my point exactly. Mayo is made out of semen. Thank you. Anyway. What was I going to say? Just saying is a simple substitution. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So the new campaign I'm working on right now is an original campaign by myself. I am writing the narrative, and yeah, you're not going to be able to find it. Although, if it turns out good enough, perhaps it can be in written form, and perhaps it can be something that people can read and play through. Oh my fucking god. Fantastic. You're killing me here. And we are using, for those of you who may be familiar, a little system called the Electric State. Uses the Year Zero system. It's very simple, very narrative driven. And I am very much looking forward to it. And no, it is not going to have the same tone as the Netflix film. Even though I have not seen it, then I watched the trailers of it, and the Netflix film just looks goofy. The whole idea behind the setting is very gloomy and dystopian and kind of just depressing. You know what I mean? One of these days, maybe I'll run a silly campaign, but it is not this day. This day we cry. Anywho, I'm not going to nuke Nomi's channel. But so there's a little tidbit about the next campaign that I will be running. Keep in mind, I am still working on it, so we're not even filming just yet. So I am a little premature on the excuse me. I am a little premature on telling anybody anything, but I couldn't help it. I wanted to tell somebody something. So you guys can look forward to that. And with that, I think we're just gonna go ahead and leave it there. I will see you all this evening. I bid you all adieu, auf Wiedersehen, Gesundheit, and God bless.